Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have been enjoying watching Box, but I think before we get into that, I mean, welcome Fiery Rage. I guess we're making this a TriCast, just for the fun of it.
At some extent, I suppose, yeah. This is the follow-up match that we have. I think this is the not quite the last match of the day if you are American. Oh no, never mind. It is.
It's gonna be the last one of the block, yeah, until 9 UTC. So pretty much.
So you're not going to be awake for that if you're in the United States. Congratulations. Anyway, ASecretBox versus BlueChinchompa. I think a lot of people are obviously very familiar with the ASecretBox. Awesome OWC player, standout carry next to MREC on a lot of different skill sets. BlueChinchompa, I think a lot of people aren't going to be as familiar with. Up-and-coming tournament player and has been around the tournament scene quite a bit. Actually has been playing Lazer for quite some time now. Just has been maining Lazer for roughly a year, I'd say. So one of the few players above, I think, like 5K that has basically made the full transition over to Lazer, which could help him secure a point or two in this. But I think everyone kind of has Box as the clear favorite here.
Yeah, as much as I'm interested to see BlueChinchompa, because I think, you know, when it comes to the high-level international play, I don't think a lot of people are going to be familiar with this player. I mean, I've personally never really seen him play against some of these players, some players of this caliber. So I'm honestly very interested to see, you know, if they can keep up. It's just a little bit unfortunate that the first opponent you get is Box, which is very solidly in the top 3 of players this tournament. You know, Box this year has done so much and really improved, I think. And even that shows a lot in qualifier results, where the gap between seed 3 and 4 was honestly quite large. So there's a definite top 3. Obviously, there's MREC and Malice. You know, they're always going to be there. But I think Box is trying to include himself in that conversation a little bit here, and potentially, you know, one of the contenders to win it all this time.
No, definitely. I think Box has been making a name for himself the past year or so, and been very good at pretty much just all-round, making himself all-rounded. He used to be more, I think, oriented towards streams and just general hard rock oriented stuff, but he's been doing a lot to expand his horizons a bit, and he's pretty good at pretty much everything at this point. So not really a weakness that he can call his own. BlueChinchompa, we're getting into the protects already. BlueChinchompa protecting No Mod 2, I think that makes sense. If you're going to be beating Box, it's going to be on one of the more gimmickier maps.
Yeah, and DT3.
That is sort of the issue, right? When you're going into this matchup against Box. You know, my Aussie goat here has improved so much, as you guys were saying, but you're going to want to pick into some of those gimmickier maps. Excuse me. But you know, with the skill cap difference, you can't really go into mechanics against someone like Box here in these early rounds. So you go into the more gimmicky maps, but then he's also extremely good at those types of maps, right? So it's just such a tough matchup, as it always is going to be. Seed 3 versus Seed 30. What can you do? It's always going to be an uphill battle. So
yeah, I think there's some players that are seeded quite high that like BlueChinchompa would probably have honestly a decent matchup against. But yeah, this is unfortunately, I think, the cutoff. At seed 3, it's an extremely uphill battle, I think. So it's always interesting to see when there's a seed difference like this, to see just what kind of rabbit they could pull out of their hats. See if there's anything that might show as a weakness. But I mean, against Box, it's a little hard. I guess Microwave might be one of them, which is a smart protect, I think, because it's hard to say that's a weakness for Box. I don't know if Box really has that many like relevant weaknesses on a pool like this, but might be one of those maps where he's able to find a rare advantage, at least on paper here.
I am actually kind of surprised to see Chinchompa not opt to protect Laser Mod. I think he might have a better chance of getting a very good score lead on that instead of No Mod 2, but I think
it was banned before.
Was it banned before? Okay, so that would make sense then.
Each play gets one ban before their protect, so I think that's what happened. Their Box banning out that one first.
Okay, yeah, then that makes sense then. We have a Hard Rock 3 ban as well, banning out the tech from BlueChinchompa, and DT1, I mean, obviously that makes sense. 270 BPM speed, not really something you want to experiment with in terms of playing against Box. Hidden 1, the first pick, or Hidden 2 rather, the first pick for ASecretBox. We love Flow Aim. because that is what this map is.
I'm happy to see this again. I'm happy to see Box play it. He's always a treat to watch on some of these maps, even though, honestly, you know, looking at the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't say this is a map that is going to be like iconic on. It's definitely not one of his like super strengths, but you know, definitely able to show up here. So I like this as a first pick. It's a good vibes first pick as well. Personal opinion, probably the best song in the pool, so I'm happy.
I think he's made more of a name for himself, especially recently with hidden stream maps, and I feel like that kind of falls in this category. Obviously, this is more tech-oriented than it is flow aim-oriented, just like raw flow aim, but there's still some overlapping skill set there. I mean, you have to have a lot of good cursor control to be able to hit a lot of these patterns, and right now Box is kind of just shredding this. Chinchompa with an early miss, but outside of that, it's mostly just the accuracy difference that's making all the difference at the moment.
This is the kind of map that I would expect Box to probably be. It's probably one of his strongest picks in the entire pool. I mean, he is just the godsend on these kind of skill sets, and I mean, you can see early the accuracy difference is, as you said, Fiery, this is monumental for Box. 99.7% almost and climbing, and this one is really long too. So we're going to see the consistency really come out on these this longer map, and it makes it even harder to break point a player like Box on a map like this when it's so damn long. There's just so much time for him to show what he's capable of on this one.
Accuracy looks so good. I think Box kind of got past the one part that I think a player like him would potentially get a miss on this. There's a little bit of wacky rhythms at the start that might be a little bit unintuitive, but I mean, from here on out, it's just flow streams. It's pretty comfy. It's nice territory for Box. And so potentially looking at an FC here. Maybe if you can hold on until the ending, which is going to be a little bit harder. But yeah, BlueChinchompa doing his best. But I think even without that break, not sure what you would do against this. I mean, Box is looking really good.
I think at this point it's kind of a foregone conclusion that Chinchompa is not going to be winning this pick. And I think if this score lead actually gets this out of hand, I actually would not be too surprised to see Chinchompa maybe opt to pick for something that he's just not comfortable with. It's one of the decisions that you have in this format of LGA where you can, I guess, sort of deliberately throw a set. Not really throw, but like, if the score lead is like 800k and it's kind of insurmountable, you can theoretically get away with picking a map that you're not going to want to play, and that your opponent is very likely to pick into you at some point, and you can just get it out of the way in a set that you know you're not going to be winning on. That is a potential possibility. I mean, Box right now is just kind of... There's not really anything Chinchompa can do here.
Smurfing. He's just smurfing, man.
Of course, as soon as I say that, he is going to find a mix, but like...
Some things never change. Fiery on the cast, beware.
Hey... I'm on the casting desk. I get to make people miss again. Yes!
But I mean, we saw this played last match with UFO Gilgamesh, and I mean, both of their scores were fairly impressive. I think they were like 5 to 600k. But this is, I mean, this performance from Box he still have a minute 15 left on the map, guys, and he's almost at 700k here. I mean, what is this performance? Still on the 99% almost, and had a 1500 combo. So yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, last match, UFO had 718, Gilgamesh had 655. This was played in a couple of off-stream matches as well. Ivaxa versus John Ethken, both of them had 700k. Was it played in the first match? I don't think so. Yeah, so I guess that's the bar to beat right now, I suppose. 745 from Ivaxa. And yeah, we're already past that, so Box setting a little bit of a solid performance here. Setting the bar to beat.
Looking to get a 300k point difference, which on Lazer is pretty damn big.
Yeah, it's a lot rarer to see a gap like this on Lazer just because ACK is rewarded so much. Like, the average score on this is a lot higher. If you're not familiar with it, a good point of reference is like, I think if you were getting around the 300k on stable, that I think the Lazer equivalent is around 600k. Like, that's kind of how it settles in here. So 300k gap on this is massive, and honestly, hard, maybe insurmountable here. So I think, Fiery, I think this is where we're going to be seeing that plan of like throwing away a pick here. So maybe looking at like a DT2 or a Nomad 5 here just from BlueChinchompa just to get it out of the way. We'll see.
Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Obviously, it's not something that you want to go into a set knowing that you're just going to be, well, this set's over as soon as you lose the first map. But it is actually a potential strategic point of view that you can take on this unique. And he's going to actually instead go for Nomad 2, so he thinks he can still potentially get back into this, even with that 300k deficit, looking to make it back on this.
That's crazy, yeah.
Oh, that's ballsy.
It is kind of interesting, I will admit.
On Lazer as well. That's tough.
I can't wait until 2 minutes from now where we figure out if this is an incredibly ballsy move or like an incredibly bad move. I don't know which one it is. So well, I guess we'll see. Well, you have to win this by 300k, which is possible.
If any map was going to be winnable by 300k outside of Lazer mod, I think it would be this map, honestly. This map, there's not really any equivalent to this map in the pool. It's just a bunch of weird stuff. Low AR, high circle size. It's not something you commonly see in tournament map pools.
Yeah, I think most people that are going to be playing in this tournament are going to be pretty familiar with this map as it's like really iconic for this type of skill set, but it does have a lot more than just low AR. It's got a little bit of like every adjacent skill set to that. Anything that's like considered kind of niche is gonna have a part in this. So it's got some rhythm. Obviously, it's AR6. It's got a little bit of reading, a little bit of memorized rhythm, but also a lot of like precision aim, a lot of really difficult flow aim in this as well. Like it's not just a matter of being able to read AR6. It is a little bit of a tough map in that regard here. But yeah, starting off, BlueChinchompa going to be finding a small lead. We'll have to see if it grows to 300k somehow.
I think the main issue with this map is going to come down to Chinchompa's accuracy. If he can squeeze out an FC on this, I think he has a chance of getting to that 300k point, but his accuracy is definitely what's going to be holding him back in that regard, I think. But for right now, he's 50k and climbing with this FC that he's holding at the moment.
I also can't imagine from BlueChinchompa's perspective, he pretty much knows, he basically has to FC this map to get a 300k score lead against Box. I mean, Box's score on this isn't going to be bad by any means. So he has the pressure of knowing that he basically just has to FC, I think, to win this set.
And there it goes.
Yeah, there it is.
I mean, the score lead is still actually kind of shifting over, but he's going to need a lot more misses from Box, which he is getting. Quite a lot of misses, actually, during this reading intensive portion here. But I think he's going to need way more than that.
Ooh, that one might have settled it, though. I think with a decent ACK lead, it might have looked a little bit possible. But I mean, at this point, Box is caught up in ACK. And so that's going to do it, I think. It's going to be looking at 80k on this one. They basically have the same ACK on this map, but not going to be enough to win that one back. I mean, 300k is an absurd amount. I think for BlueChinchompa here, it might have been a better chance to maybe save this for another set where you didn't have to get a 300k advantage on, because I mean that's essentially a forced FC. Like if Box is dropping 500k on this, you have to drop 800 or more. And if you're getting 91 on this, I don't even think that's possible. I think a 91% FC is less than that. So
would the FC even be enough? I don't think it would have been, right?
It'd be like 770k, I think, roughly. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it would even be enough with an FC.
Yeah, so it is a little bit of a tough situation to place themselves in. So Box are going to be taking the first set. And now I think with BlueChinchompa's Protect, that's probably the only map he was particularly scared of. I think he dropped in chat earlier that he was like kind of sight reading it or something. So what's next now? Let's see. I think if you're Box, it's like there's so many options to go for here. I think you're probably looking at a hidden 1. I would say it would be a pretty good pick. Solid aim map with a couple of 230 streams in it. I don't think we've seen that one yet.
Also, I think any of the remaining hidden maps would be pretty good for Box. You also have Nomad consistency. I think he would do pretty well on, so Nomad 1 wouldn't surprise me either. If he wanted to just go for DT3 as well, that'd be more than up his skill set. So
I'm wondering if we're just on this song because it was picked. and we didn't see it in chat? Because this is DT2 that's playing right now.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Box also picked DT2. This is that is the speed-oriented map. It is 240 BPM bursts and nothing but bursts and streams. So if you're not comfortable on speed, you're gonna have a miserable time on it.
Yeah, that map is really cool, by the way. Rolnichi, it's essentially an original. Rolnichi is one of the few people in this game that can map at a very high level, but also make music at a very high level. So able to combine both of them here and making their own song for this DT2 pick. But we're not going to be seeing that one. Well, I guess it is BlueChinchompa's pick first, and so we're going to be getting into Hidden 3. We just saw that one. Yeah, that one is also a custom map by Yiling, who has been up-and-coming mapper that has been making some stuff that's visually really cool. The actual like visual style of this map is a bit of a standout. I think to me, it looks really impressive.
I would download a bird. Just gonna throw that out there. I'm gonna be honest.
Download it. Dot.
A guy like me would download a bird. This is the tech-oriented hidden, or well, I guess semi-tech, semi-kind of just.
Yeah, kind of.
It's hard to describe.
It's a little bit similar to Hidden 2, honestly. They're both kind of like half tech maps. I think this is mostly just flow aim for the most part. There's a lot of like really spaced. See those like extremely spaced. I guess you can call them streams, not really, but like spaced alt patterns.
That's probably the best way of describing it.
This is like another situation, I think, for the lower seeded player here, this time being BlueChinchompa, where what, sort of variety do you really have going up against the third seed? It's not that much, and so you kind of just pick what you're the most comfortable on, what you think you can play well regardless of your opponent's skill set, and I think that's maybe what we're seeing a little bit of here, because we sure as hell know Box is going to be incredible on a map like this as well.
I was doing pretty decently for the first beginning of it, but Chinchompa dropping a miss on one of the slider streams, I believe, which is going to be giving Box a pretty sizable lead now, especially just with the accuracy being as it is.
I'm Avs referring to the last match. This time, Box is going to hit the funny down arrow slider stream. Okay?
Yes. Yeah, that one jump scared me. I believe to see someone hit that. I reckon if anyone's to do it, he's the one. So we'll have to see if that happens. I mean, we're already a minute 20 left, so it'll be coming up towards the ending. And he's still holding on to the FC. I'd love to see an FC on this map. These types of maps are always my favorite in map pools, and I mean, this one's no exception. This map is awesome.
I'm going to say the same with extreme bias.
Yeah, true. Lazer and Mavs are the same call. Literally, Hidden 3 only players.
Okay. No, but I respect that. And not too much to say. ASecretBox finally dropping a miss there, but has built himself up a 150 roughly K lead here. Chinchompa building up the combo slowly, so this lead has the potential of going down a bit if he holds through this hard section here, and finally dropping on that space zigzag, but did drop it to around 135k.
Alright, here it comes.
Those space quads are so brutal. Here it is.
It's so easy. Look at that. It's so easy.
Did BlueChinchompa hit it as well? They both
yes.
Did.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It looks so bad. It looks so hard.
I mean, that pretty much illustrated what I was talking about with the differences in Lazer, right? On stable, if you try to play that pattern and you hit late, like if you hit one of the sliders after the previous one, or before the previous one ended, essentially, you can't. Yeah. You'll get a slider break, you'll note lock, you'll die. Like, you can't. On Lazer, it allows you to do that, so you can hit the entire thing late and you're fine. You'll just get a couple hundreds and you won't drop. So seeing both of them being able to understand that and hit it is pretty awesome. But yeah, big lead for Box here on BlueChinchompa. Let's pick 168k as well. That's a little bit hard to get over, and we're going to be on Box's pick for this one as well. So what are we playing with? Burn this right. Okay, no mod 1.
Just a casual 900k there from Box.
Yeah.
Admittedly, there's not much you can do when your opponent's putting up high scores like that on maps, especially as a lower seed. You're obviously not expected to do as well, so there's not really much you can do there, unfortunately. It was a good pick, but Box is the better player in this scenario, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, now this map, I believe, is an old ranked map. It's a long one. It's actually 5 minutes, but yeah, I mean, it's a matchup between I forgot the name of the Korshet song. Burn this moment.
Burn this moment into the retina of my eye. Yes.
Yeah, 204 BPM here on this one. This is one of the higher SR maps in the pool. It's one of those maps that I think with the laser scoring is also interesting. Not particularly because of any like mechanics differences on this one, but just overall combo is a lot less rewarded on this. So on stable, a 5 minute map like this would be entirely about like how much can you combo it. But I think with this one, with the ACK being a lot more present, it switches the focus a lot more to the ACK. So unless we're talking about FCing, which is still in the picture for some of these players, it's really just how much you can play the map like period. It mostly just becomes an ACK map on this one, I think, in theory. So I'm curious to see how this ends up playing out in the matches that it's going to be played in.
Oh.
I'd be very surprised to see FCs on this, to be honest, because I think this is like 800 PP no mod.
Well, we've seen Emmerich.
There are players that can do it.
There are players in the tournament, and maybe Box is one of them.
Yeah, you might be watching one right now.
Well, Box already missed, so good luck on that one.
At the start,
I don't think he's getting the FC anymore.
That's true.
I think one of the more iconic moments from last year was Emmerich versus Malashevsky, where they both FC'd the Gendarme, like the old OWC, like Jonathan LFJ tiebreaker. That was crazy. So I think on a map like this, you're kind of expecting you're not expecting, but you're looking out for stuff like that. There's such long picks that I don't know, it kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat most of the time. But even then, BlueChinchompa here actually has the lead, which we'll see how long that holds up, because I think that's mostly off of the back of that like miss at the start for Box, just going to be making that bit of a difference, but still holding up an ACK.
Too. It wasn't even a proper miss. He's still holding on to the S rank.
Oh yeah.
Very small ACK leaders there for Box, 24%, but I'm expecting both these players to hold probably over that 99 for the course of this map. This kind of style of map. Yeah, it's going to be those big combos that'll come into question, because like you guys were saying, 5.5 minutes on this map, and a lot of it is fairly standard, like, for the most part, it seems. So big combos are going to start to build up here, and there goes BlueChinchompa. So
yeah, during the second hard part here, there's distinct hard sections of this song and more chill ones. This is the second more intense section, and you can kind of see the map pick up in difficulty with all these cross-screen spacings of jumps, a lot of bursts as well, scattered in there as well. Box gets through it no problem whatsoever. So he's starting to a relatively more calm section. It's still pretty hard on this, though. This is a fairly consistently difficult map. It's going to be dropping there, actually.
I mean, you can kind of see the difference here. It's very well highlighted, because again, on stable, Box just got like 300 more combo. Like the map would kind of be over. It would be like 150k lead or something. But ACKs are still close, so it's still possible. It's definitely possible. But both going to be finding a combo reset now. Box looking definitely a little bit more comfortable with the ACK, but we'll have to see. I mean, the ending spikes a little bit on here, right, Fiery?
Correct.
It's pretty
yes,
tough.
This is a. I wouldn't necessarily say a spike, but it's definitely probably the hardest part of the map, with nerves taken into consideration and all that.
Well, these songs always do this. You get this like super ambient like break. Oh, you can breathe, but it's okay, relax, and then it hits you with like the hardest thing ever.
I distinctly remember in Burn This Moment, there was actually there was a pattern after one of the breaks that was, I think, immediately cross screen, and I think it tripped up so many people when that map first came out, like that right there.
Yep.
Unfortunately for BlueChinchompa, although he's keeping it pretty close here, 35k, there is a 160k score gap from the previous map that has to be accumulated somewhere and somehow, and I just don't think with a minute left it's even physically possible.
Yeah, he's holding up though. I gotta say, like, matching Box on this is really impressive.
And no, honestly, not doing that bad at all on this map, which I kind of think is why Box wanted to pick it. It's probably one of the more toss-uppy maps, and he wanted to get rid of it as he had a decent lead on the first map. I feel like that would be potentially part of his thought process going into picking this, but this is where the map starts to get into the pretty brutally difficult territory, and we're seeing Chinchompa, unfortunately, take the full brunt of it. This is where tablet drift, mouse drift, all that comes into play, and if you are not ready for it, you're gonna have a miserable time in this section.
A mouse drift here would be kind of unplayable. And this is so cool. This map is so cool, though. It looks so satisfying to like hit these patterns.
Box, oh my
Box
god.
hit the entire ending.
That's unreal. Hits that whole ending section, pulls out another 800 plus K. I mean, playing like a true C3 here.
Wait, so if the one at the start was just a side break, he basically just had one miss in the middle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that slider break at 200 combo, and then basically FC the rest of it.
99.6% accuracy.
Casual
Making that look so easy. Oh my god.
And Box taking no prisoners, going immediately for his Protect on the third set. DT3, 1.4x speed on Remind. This used to be a very popular double-time alt map that people used to grind for FCs for a while back. This is back when, in the days of Adam QS. God, I'm old.
I was about to ask Barry, like, how long are we talking when we say a while back? How
no, I'm old, man. I'm old. You got Adam QS,
you're in here with two super boomers.
You got Fighting Dreamers, DT. Like, I'm old, man. It's over.
I think I'm kind of unked nowadays. Like, started 2018, but like, I mean, you guys are just gramps. I mean, really.
This is a very popular map, though. All things considered, Lazer, I'll let you take more of it.
I'm just wondering how many DTFCs are even on this. I don't think there's a lot.
I think Emrek's the only one. I think Emrek was the only person that has done it.
I think Bonk has one. And that's it? No. Yeah, that's it. Kama has a really impressive 600 play, but that's a slider break, so this map has 2 FCs.
There were a lot of plays that got very close to being FCs, but no one really wanted to grind for it outside of the bounty that I think this used to have, but of course Emrek took that, being the first FC on it.
I mean, I was just talking about this, but like this map is kind of like that, right? Like it looks very comfy to play, I think, if you like playing these sort of things, but there's just going to be some old jank that's just going to get you, evidently from the leaderboard and from watching the last match, so we'll have to see where this goes so far. I mean, BlueChinchompa, again, is holding up pretty good, getting through the start, but we did also see that last match with UFO against Gilgamesh, where it looked pretty close at the start, but the longer this goes on, like, I guess the more opportunities for some of those tricky like snap aim parts to get you. So
I'd say roughly the first 700 combo of this map isn't necessarily the hardest thing, but there's going to be a lot of trickier patterns approaching near the end with a lot of stop and go moments and weird flow angles like that stream right there. Both players hitting that though, so good start for both the players. Right there, that's what I'm talking about. The stop and go streams right there. Trip a lot of players.
Same note, I think.
Both miss on it. Yeah, same exact note for them. And I just want to say as well, for a 2011 map, this plays pretty damn well, man.
Hold up.
How old this is? Like, this is a really good map.
I think if this map was going to be this close, if it even remains this close, I think I would have liked to see BlueChinchompa hold on to Microwave there, because I think like a map with this difference with Microwave on the same set would have given him a point.
I think realistically he was probably going to be picking it in set 2 if he didn't pick it in set 1, so it's kind of a coulda, woulda, shoulda moment, but no harm, no foul at the very least. This is very close for both these players. It's just the accuracy difference at the moment. We're going to be getting into a bit of a hard section here. This is where I remember correctly, there's a spaced burst that wiggles quite a bit. That is insanely easy to miss on. I'm not too sure when it happens. I think it's before the next slow section.
Still no further mistakes though. I mean, both just drop that one spaced pattern, and that's it.
Both the players made it through that stop and go pattern right there. I was expecting that to trip them up. This is the pattern right here coming up.
Oh,
both of them hit it. Okay.
They both actually hit that. And yeah, it's also That's what I was about to say, what Acer said. Like, they literally, the difference here is just accuracy. They missed on the exact same note. Their combo has been identical the entire map. It's just this 1% accolade for Box that's making this, 28k score difference. As we come into the last minute, there's still time here. But BlueChinchompa is keeping it very close.
This is an insane showing for both these players, honestly. Chinchompa proving that he can compete with Box. Both of them hitting that tricky pattern right there as well. It's just the last roughly 30 seconds of the map to go. There's not anything crazy difficult. You could still potentially find an unlucky miss here and there, but this is a very impressive showing from both these players.
Almost misread. Come on, 30 seconds. These are both crazy scores.
See if they can close it out.
Oh man, some of those patterns are so awkward to aim.
There's a pattern near the end that I think might trip him up. It goes into a flow aim, not that one. BlueChinchompa finds a miss on it, but there is a pattern at the end which goes from flow aim to stack doubles right here.
Oh, there it
and
is.
Also the triangle. Box hits the entire ending.
Box! You can't be doing that, Box. BlueChinchompa kept it so close the entire time, and then he misses in the last 20 seconds, and now all of a sudden Box wins it by 75,000. I mean,
that BlueChinchompa score would beat out the majority of other players in the stage.
Yeah.
Just straight up. That's a really, really good score, but what can you do against Box, man? Like,
900.
what can you do? I mean, to have a map like that and have Box drop, what is almost the third FC ever on the map, and the score difference is only 74k. Like, that's a pretty healthy situation to be in. I don't know if there's a map left for BlueChinchompa to try to capitalize on it.
I
you can go for Hard Rock
this.
too.
I kind of like this, honestly. In the same vein of Micro.Lab, this isn't reading, granted, which I think is what tripped the Box up more on that pick than anything, but this is heavily precision-oriented, almost CS8. CS6 with Hard Rock.
Is this similar to the Hard Rock 2 out of qualifiers? Question. Like, is it? Do you guys know?
It's kind of in its own realm, I'd say.
Okay.
It's
I was going to say,
oriented.
BlueChinchompa was number 12 overall on the Hard Rock 2 out of qualifiers. So, Box was number 3 though. But, interesting set. So, BlueChinchompa's doing very well on it. Yeah.
But I think this one is going to be a lot more standard, like aim precision, whereas the one in quals had a lot of aim control built in. There was a lot less like raw aim into it, where this one has like some patterns that are not quite full screen, but there's some jumps in this wood.
I mean, when your cursor is almost as big as the circles, you know something's kind of amiss.
74,000 to make up here to stay alive.
We're gonna need to see some miracle plays here from Chinchompa, and more importantly, we're gonna need to see a mistake from Box. As both these players holding on fairly well through the first part here, getting accustomed to the low CS very nicely as we get into more of the intensive flow aim sections here.
This is really short as well. I mean, 2 minutes long. And there goes BlueChinchompa. Not what you want to see, as now with how short this map is, how combo dense it is, you can already see ASecretBox just firing away in this direction. 90k, 100k, keeps going and going as he continues to hit all of these patterns on 99.6% accuracy. Just hits them perfectly.
Yeah, I don't think you were winning this no matter what happened, Chinchompa. This is kind of disgusting accuracy and just a disgusting play in general, honestly. Still holding on to the FC, looking to be the first, and I honestly think potentially the only... Okay, well, there it goes. As soon as I try hyping something up, this happens.
Is that the second one? That's the second one.
It's the second one, but it's a one miss from Box, and it's going to be a high 900k nonetheless. Just absolutely insane. Not really much else you can say about that.
How many maps has Box one missed now? Is this like the fourth one?
I think so, yeah.
Feels like it. Wait, one miss Nomad 1, then the DT3, this map, yeah, at least 3.
I think he one missed Hidden 3 as well. Unless I'm misremembering, I think. Or no, that was Hidden 2. Did he one miss Hidden 2? I forgot which one it was. In any case, ASecretBox showing seed number 3. Unfortunately, not much Chinchompa can do up against the scores that he was putting up on a lot of those maps. Just a unfortunate matchup for him. Box will be advancing in the winners. Or not, I don't think there's brackets in this, but he will be advancing into the next round, which he is going to be facing off against... Oh my god, that's a real matchup that's happening.
What is it?
Ooh.
Box is going to be facing off against Enry on Sunday, 14 UTC.
Oh, is
Good
that a
luck,
second-
Box!
Is that a
Enjoy!
second round match?
Round of
Is that a
16.
second round match? Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, Henry is what, like seed 19 or something. So, I guess that's a good one. I will say though, recency bias. We did face. I was on Henry's team, facing against Box's team in a tech tournament lately, and Henry did win out. So there's a chance. There's a chance. I guess, and this is single elim until top 8, right? Which is a bit unfortunate here for for some of the lower seeds like BlueChinchompa, who's, I mean, really your only matches against Box, like it's hard to have any hopes of getting any farther than that, or having another match to play. But I think BlueChinchompa can at least be pretty happy with how they played today, because that looked pretty good. Again, I think against most other players in this tournament, that would have held up a lot actually. That was a very solid performance on everything. Honestly, there wasn't really a weak map that they've shown. Unfortunately, that's going to be it though. But yeah, I mean, Box versus Henry is round of 16. One of these two players will not make it the top 8. Is that crazy?
That is honestly crazy to say, especially considering I think Henry and Box are both pretty much well regarded as two of the best tournament players in the scene so far. So it's going to be interesting to see how that matchup plays out. We're not entirely done with the matches today. Granted, we are if you are in a normal time zone, i.e. America or Canada. You know, God bless America, guys. Anyway,
Hey,
4 hours
you hear me
from
from
now.
down here? Hey.
Yeah, no, my bad maps. Don't worry about it. We're going to be having a block of matches coming up about 4 hours from now, starting at 9 UTC, going to be lasting until 12 UTC. We're going to be starting things off with seed number 10 versus seed number 23, Runny Sunny versus Drox. That's going to be the next matchup for our round of 32 phase.
Yeah, lots of really good matchups in round of 32 still coming up tomorrow. There's all of these on screen, but even after that, they're still going on for a couple matches during the rest of the day. We've got Takedo Right Kick, we got like Alfu Ryo Yamada, and then probably the main match that people should be looking at for round of 32 at 21 UTC tomorrow, which is Wandario versus Flames Tier, seed 16 versus 17. Really excited for that one. We'll have to see which one of them, on paper should be the closest match. So big day tomorrow, lots of matches, and Sunday as well. Even we're doing both of these rounds on the same weekend, since this is a condensed schedule. There's only 2 weeks of matches, so both round of 32 and round of 16 are happening this weekend. So all of these players that you're seeing are still going to be playing on Sunday against a new opponent. So we hope to see you there tomorrow, or I guess later today, 4 hours, 9 UTC. We'll see you soon.